Thank you for stopping by Ballistic BBQ. On today's video, we're going to be cooking up a 19-pound ham and then finishing it off with a really nice homemade orange bourbon glaze on my brand new Lone Star Grillz offset cabinet smoker. Let's get going. So before we start cooking, let me give you a quick tour of my new smoker. And for those of you who are wondering, my previous Lone Star Grillz smoker, which was the offset vertical, has been gifted to a very deserving family who are getting much pleasure out of their new smoker, I'll tell you that. Anyway, let's take a tour. So it looks a lot like my old smoker, the old smoker I had, but basically the cooking chamber is turned on its side. So now the cook chamber dimensions are 36 inches wide and 30 inches tall. It's got 4 racks in here. And basically what that translates to is 12 briskets, 18 racks of spare ribs, 24 pork butts, and 24 whole chickens. This thing holds a lot of food. Now, like all of Lone Star Grillz offset smokers, you can add gallons of water to the belly of this beast to help stabilize that heat in there and also keep moisture in the pit. This particular cooker has 3 tuning plates, and during the seasoning process and my first cook, I've got it balanced off very, very well right now. I'm really happy with the way this thing cooks. So this cooker has the 1/2-inch upgrade on the firebox. Dimensions are 24 inches square, 22 inches deep. It has the propane assist for lighting the wood or the charcoal. And on this cook, I'm going to be using the fire management system that Lone Star Grillz has developed. The rest of this cooker is made of 1/4-inch thick steel, which is standard on all of their smokers. I also upgraded the wheels from the standard 5-inch wheel to the 8-inch. I have my logo emblazoned on here, stainless steel. And then of course Lone Star Grillz uses the True thermometers, which they're the standard as far as the analog thermometers are concerned. I'm ready to cook. Let's get this thing lit up. So in the lump charcoal there, I've got a little fire starter, and I'm just going to light that. There we go. It's lit. We just need, all you need is a flame in there. I'm going to open the door. This is just for safety's sake. And then we'll turn on the gas. So I have the lump charcoal in there just to kind of have a nice foundation for the wood. I'm going to let that burn a little bit, then I'm going to add a small split. All right, the lump's looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and throw on, actually these are pretty small, so I'm going to throw on 2. These are hickory. So once those logs ignite, we're going to close everything up and then we'll start working on adjusting the temperature settings. All right, that's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and turn off the gas. Get this door shut. And we're going to leave the damper, the lower damper, fully open. Chimney dampers are fully open, and I almost forgot something. This grate's gonna go for this cook because I'm cooking a big old ham in here. It's not gonna fit. So I plan on running this pit at 325 degrees. This ham is already cooked. Like, this is pretty much the standard ham that most Americans are going to be buying when they celebrate Easter, Christmas, whatever. They're pre-cooked. Anyway, I'll be running this pit pretty much the whole cook with the firebox damper wide open, these dampers wide open, and I'm going to be controlling the temperature with the wood, just feeding the wood, letting it burn down, feeding it more wood. I'm not going to overload it. But again, we're going for 325. It's a little chilly out here, have a ways to go. I'll let you guys know when it's up to temp. All right, so here's that ham, and again, like I said, it is pre-cooked. What we're doing now is just bringing up the temperature, adding some nice smoky flavor to it. And for those of you wondering, it took about 30 minutes for this to come up and lock in at 325. I did add one more split onto that fire just shortly after I turned the camera off. I needed to pump those BTUs up. Again, we're going to be cooking it right here on this rack. So I'm guessing this cook is going to take probably 4 to 4.5 hours until it comes up to the temperature I'm looking for, which is probably going to be about, I don't know, 130, 140 internal in that ham. About I don't know, an hour, maybe 40 minutes to an hour before I pull it, I'll be applying the glaze, which we're going to make right now. Some orange marmalade. Some honey. Some Dijon mustard. Some old-fashioned style mustard. And this is the mustard that has the seeds in it, the whole mustard seed. Some fresh squeezed lemon juice. Some bourbon. Now, if you don't want to use, a bourbon or an alcoholic spirit in this glaze, no worries. What I would suggest is substituting it with like fresh orange juice, or I think even better would be ginger beer, which is non-alcoholic. And the cool thing about ginger beer is it has a much stronger ginger flavor than ginger ale. Just something to think about, but also realize that when we're done with this, there's not going to be any alcohol in here at all. It's just, we're going to get that nice kind of bourbon flavor in here. Some fresh grated ginger. Now I'm going to turn that burner on high, start whisking. Now all I'm going to do is bring this up to a boil and then immediately turn the burner off, and we'll just let it cool. Just like that. Looks really good and it smells amazing. So again, I'm just going to allow this to cool and we'll be good to go when it's time to glaze the ham. Okay, we've been at this now for about 2.5 hours, and excuse that sun, it's just crashing down from a very steep angle behind me right now. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pull the ham. It's getting some great color, it's getting some good smoke, but it's spiral cut, so I don't want to over smoke it. I'm going to put it in an aluminum pan, wrap it in foil for the remainder of the cook, actually just until I get ready to glaze it. Now I'm just going to continue monitoring the temperature, and again, 40 minutes or so before I pull this ham for good, I'm going to go ahead and apply that glaze. Okay, we are at 3 hours, 20 minutes in now. We're reading about 101 degrees, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it. We're going to glaze it and pop it back in. It's getting close. All right, so we're going to keep this very easy. This smells amazing. Go ahead and get this on the pit. Now we just wait. Like I said, it's all fully cooked anyway, but I just want it to be a nice, basically what I'm waiting for is I want that glaze to set up really nicely, and I want it to be a nice edible temperature, like I said, around 130-ish or so. So I'm just going to keep an eye on the temperature, make sure that the glaze doesn't burn, then we'll pull it. Horrible light right now. So, what can I do? Okay, we're at 43 minutes and it just hit that target that I had set of 130 degrees Fahrenheit. It's looking good. So yeah, check it out. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out of the pit, let it rest a bit, and then we'll slice it up and give it a try. It's going to taste good. All right, here we are. 19 pounds of goodness. It smells good. I mean, I'm getting that kind of marmalade smell, but also that smoke smell. It smells good. Anyway, let's go ahead and slice it. So it's spiral cut already, so all I really need to do is cut parallel with the bone and perfect slices will fall off basically. Wow. As I'm touching it with the knife, juices are kind of boiling up through the spiral cuts. Okay, we'll set this off to the side. Neighbors across the street will be getting that. Lucky them. And just look at this. I mean, this is pretty. It's still sitting on a cutting board, but I'm picturing it, you know, on a nice big white platter with something green there just to kind of make it pop a little bit. Let's give this a try. This is very tender. Oh, this is really good, and it's so easy. I mean, remember, this meat is 100% cooked. You could carve it right out of the refrigerator, make sandwiches right when you unwrap it. But adding some smoke, a little love, some homemade glaze, it's going to kick it up several notches. You're going to be a hero. So this is good. I'm very happy right now. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. If you're not subscribed, please take a moment, hit that red button, make sure you ring the notification bell. And if you liked the video, which I hope you did, give it a big old thumbs up. See you on the next video. And let's see, we're drinking Longboard. This is an island lager from Longboard Brewery. Cheers.